Member, NUS Board of Trustees, Mr. Abdullah Tarmudi. Editor, Presenter, Channel News Asia's International Desk, Ms. Glenda Chong. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, fellow graduates and parents. First of all, I was mulling over this as I was sitting there, should I use a script or not? And I'm going to attempt to not use one. So pardon me for my incoherence, and if I don't do well, I have an excuse. As students, or shall I say as graduates of the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences, we are often subject to the bewilderment, the consternation, the confusion, and the skepticism of others as to our choice of study. And yes, right? And this sometimes results in two extreme understandings of what we actually do. The first is an extremely sinister view of FASS graduates. I'm sure a lot of us would have heard this either said to us directly or behind our backs. When we tell people that we are from FSS, they would go, oh, he or she probably couldn't make it to the other faculties. Or, oh, FASS, isn't that the dumping ground of NUS? Or, oh, social science, is that something like science fiction? That's the first cynical view of FASS. The second one is probably a somewhat over-exaggerated appreciation of our discipline. And I'm sure my political science friends can relate to this. Raise your hands if this has happened to you before. Sometimes when we tell people that we are majoring in political science, they would go, oh, you major in political science? You want to be a politician, is it? Well, the truth as always is somewhere in between. Undoubtedly, undeniably, FSS degrees are usually general and not industry specific. And yes, this can lead to an underappreciation of what we do. At the same time, it is equally undeniable the intellectual rigor that FSS puts us through, especially at the graduate level, questioning every fundamental assumption behind everything that we have thought to be true. That kind of rigor ultimately, I think, puts us in a better position to be better intellectuals and individuals who understand this complex world better. And I dare say that no other faculty provides that kind of training. And fellow graduates, growing up in this educational system that places the greatest emphasis on meritocracy, it is easy for us to sit here or stand here today and pat our backs and attribute this success to our hard work, our perseverance, our dedication. And while we bask in our glory today, and rightly so, because it is a momentous occasion for us, can I remind myself first, and all of us here that are graduating, most of our successes are actually due to factors that are way beyond our control. We didn't have a hand in it. I would say at least 80% of our successes are due to factors that are beyond our control. We did not choose our parents, and I'm sure most, if not all of us would agree that without our parents, our life trajectories would have been very different. We did not choose our siblings, and whether we realize it or not, our siblings have had a tremendous impact on our personal development. And sometimes we do not even choose our friends, who are often results of particular circumstances we find ourselves in. Undoubtedly, our hard work, our dedication do count for probably about 20%. A few weeks ago, the chairman of the Federal Reserve, Mr. Ben Bernanke, said that meritocratic societies usually reward the luckiest, not the best ones. And that is my point today. We are indeed a lucky bunch. And we need to realize that our success is due to factors that are beyond our control and also due to our hard work. And why is this important? Because this realization will instill in us a certain degree of humility that will keep us grounded. This humility will ensure that since we realize we are a fortunate bunch, we will strive our very best to ensure that others who are not accorded similar, who are not as fortunate, are accorded similar opportunities. This humility and this realization is what will make us will inspire us, will spur us on to contribute as much as we can, be it through our wealth, through our volunteer work, or for us, graduate students, through our scholarly writings, for the ultimate purpose of the betterment of society. This humility and this realization is what I hope will ultimately define us as NUS graduates. And before I end, allow me some moments of self-indulgence to thank the people who have contributed to the 80% of my own success. Firstly, my parents who didn't have anything but gave us everything. My siblings who contributed greatly, financially, emotionally. My uncles and aunts, and you know, growing up in an Indian family like mine, your aunts and uncles are extremely close to you. Extremely close to you as your parents are. The downside to that is sometimes they can be as intrusive as your parents are. But the benefits far outweigh the cost, and they really love me as much as their own children. Yes, my uncles, especially the two uncles that I brought here today. Thank you so much. My soon-to-be wife, for being a pillar of strength. My friends, I hope you are listening to this, Masmoud, and from Skapo Siri, my AM friends, and my professors from the Political Science Department. Professor Ruben Wong, my thesis supervisor, who's not here today. He was always involved, yet never interfering in my work. Professor Hussein, and the camera is nicely bent at him. He is my academic mentor, my father in academia. Professor Bilva Singh, who was there willing to offer me advice, and Professor Karinadi for giving me opportunities that I otherwise would not have gotten. And to my first ever lecture class, Political Parties and Elections. You guys were a brilliant bunch, and you guys have affirmed my desire to be in academia. So if I end up not enjoying academia, I will hold you guys to it. Okay? And brothers and sisters and fellow graduates, before I end, allow me to quote a saying of my idol and my role model, someone whom I adulate, but I cannot possibly emulate, Prophet Muhammad. He said, "The best of you is one who is most beneficial to his fellow human beings." I repeat, the best of you is one who is most beneficial to his fellow human beings. I hope this will become my and your guiding principle in life henceforth. Fellow graduates, congratulations once again. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your attention. Majulah Singapura.